Hello, this is Jordan, and this is my tribute speech. So, we've all had people who have influenced our lives and who have helped shape our goals for the future. Parents usually are people that are very impactful in our lives and very influential. Especially my parents, both my parents have been very helpful and very influential to me. But my dad has had more of an influence on me than anybody else in my life. And I want to thank him for that. So I do have a picture of him. This is a very old Christmas card, but he's in the bright white shirt. So my dad has taught me many life lessons that I want to carry on to my children, and hopefully they can carry on to their children and so forth. He's always been there for me in hard times, and always continues to love me no matter what. So I just wanted to thank him for that. So my dad also, from a young age, his parents weren't always there for him, and he really wanted to change that when it came to raising me and my sister. He wanted to be there for us no matter what, and always love us no matter what. So one life lesson my dad has always taught me is how to play golf. I really enjoy golf. Golf's a very big part of my life, and it has been. It's helped me getting get into colleges I've wanted to, and helped me on resumes. And from an early age, he taught me and my sister golf, which I really am grateful for. But to he never pushed us really, really hard to do it. He always made it sure that we were happy doing it and that we wanted to do it, and he wasn't forcing us. So I really appreciate him not, forcing his will on us, and making sure we were happy doing what we were doing. So, if we wanted to do it, he offered to pay for golf lessons. He offered to go to the golf course with us. He offered to drive me to every junior tournament that I played, and tournaments now. He goes to every single one with me during the summer. He also comes to collegiate tournaments that I play in. So recently I played in a tournament in Monterey Bay over this past spring break, and it was a 5-hour drive for him, but he came up, and the second day of the tournament it was pouring rain, but he watched and walked with me the entire 6 hours that I was out there in the pouring rain, which I really appreciated. He's also a second life lesson is he's always given me great advice when it comes to things like golf and school. I've always had trouble with golf. It's a very hard mental game, and I've always talked to him about it. I've had times where I've wanted to quit, and he's always been there for me, and he said he would support whatever decision I wanted to make. So, if I wanted to quit, he'd be happy as long as I was happy. If I wanted to stay in it, he was happy as long as I was happy. So he does always listen to me. He doesn't judge, which is very nice. He's my mom's a little bit more of the judgmental one. So, and he also, always listens to me when I go off on tangents and I talk about things like movies and TV shows. As you can see behind me, I have Harry Potter and superheroes and stuff. So I like to talk about a lot of nerdy stuff, and I like to know a lot of different information about all sorts of different stuff that I like the books and movies. So, he'll listen to me when I'm like, oh, you want to hear a cool fact? And he actually listens to me, and he doesn't judge me. He actually seems interested. So I really appreciate that. He makes me feel less like a nerd, and like he actually likes to hear what I have to say about that kind of stuff. The final life lesson that my dad has taught me is to give those to people who have less. So my dad, growing up, did not have a lot of money. He moved from Pennsylvania to California when they were younger, and they lived in a lot of different houses. They rented a lot of different houses. He moved like 10 or 12 times. So they didn't have much of a stable home life. But my dad, he, taught us life lessons to always give to people who didn't have as much of us as us. So, every year, like once or twice a year, he'll bag up any old clothes, any of our old clothes, shoes like that, and he'll drive around LA and give out bags to the homeless. which is really good of him. And then when we're at a drive-through, that kind of a thing, he'll pay for the people behind us, hoping they'll pass it on and they'll give to somebody else that day. So that's something he's also taught me and my sister. So my dad, he's always been there for me, like always in the tough times, where there have been many tough times, but he's really been there for me to help guide me through a lot of them. And we all have people who have influenced us in our lives, and they help us choose what we're going to do with our lives, so we really need to thank them. And I'm really thankful that my dad has always been there for me, and I wanted to thank him with this. So thank you, Dad. Thank you all for listening.